In Cole's romantic painting, Mount Etna from Taormina, 1842, one of the world's most active volcanoes stands majestically in the background, surrounded by a cloud that softens its appearance. In the foreground, Cole portrays a rugged, barren landscape and crumbling stone structures in vivid colors. The contrast between the background and the foreground helps to emphasize the beauty of the Sicilian mountain. The romantic feature of nature's power over man becomes evident in Cole's use of juxtaposition, imagery, and color. Thomas Cole juxtaposes the mountain with the valley by making them look like two different parts of the painting. The mountain is on the upper part of the painting and the valley in the lower part. By doing so, Cole portrays the mountain as being dominant over the valley, by making the mountain much taller. In the bottom half of the painting, there are small items including people, rocks, trees, and other objects that are very small compared to the single mountain, while on the top half of the painting displays the single dominance of the mountain just because that is the only thing in that half. The lower half contains many small structures that are made by man, though the top half is only one item, the mountain, made by nature. The mountain is even larger than several other hills in the front of it. Compared to the human figures, the mountain gains additional stature. The mountain, compared to the valley, shows nature's dominance because the mountain is much larger than the other objects. Juxtaposition also becomes evident in the snow on the mountain and the green vegetation of the foreground. Furthermore, a path for human travel does not approach the mountain, keeping Etna inaccessible, a classic romantic element. Cole's painting features imagery to show nature's power over man by illustrating many objects. One aspect of his imagery is the comparison of corroding structures and the active mountain. The mountain is spewing out smoke, which is a sign of an active volcano full of energy, threatening to erupt. On the other hand, images that display man's subservient position include two broken down structures, one of which is spewing out water. Another image is overgrown plants and corroding bricks that seem to serve as a road barrier. This presents that man-made structures cannot outlive nature's dominant force. The mountain has possibly been there longer than the man-made structures, and yet the mountain appears unscathed and it appears to be active. This presents nature's unfailing dominance over man-made objects. Although the juxtaposition of the mountain and valley and the imagery Thomas Cole used is important, the color is the most important aspect in this painting, which celebrates the romantic spirit. Cole's work shows the mountain appearing to be in the light and the valley appears in the shadows. Usually, light is a symbol of goodness in nature, and shadows are presenting that the mountain is better than the man-made objects because shadows are usually not good fortune. One of the darkest places is the rotting structure that was built by men. The brightest place in the painting is the plain, where no man seems to be, and the mountain where also no men seem to be, and no men seem to have been there. This portrays that nature is in better condition than the man-made objects and man in general. This says that nature is more dominant over the man-made objects. For the Romantic artist, the supremacy of nature is most evident in Cole's use of color. Cole's use of juxtaposition, imagery, and color portrays the romantic feature of nature's power over man. The man-made objects are clearly inferior to the wrath of nature's extreme force. This painting clearly is a perfect example of the romantic idea of nature over man. In Cole's romantic painting, Mount Etna from Taormina, 1842, one of the world's most active volcanoes stands